Chapter 1. The Language of His Memories. A Family of Italian Immigrants. When I was 13 months old, my mother had my second brother. There are 5 children in all. My grandparents lived nearby, and to help my mother out, my grandmother would come get me in the morning, take me to her house, and bring me back in the afternoon. They spoke Piedmontese to each other, and I learned it. They loved all my siblings, of course, but I had the privilege of entering the language of their memories. Pope Francis, 2010. The story begins in 1934, in the Salesian Prayer Chapel of San Antonio, in the neighborhood of Almagro in Buenos Aires. A young man of Italian origin named Mario Jose Bergoglio and a young woman named Regina Maria Sivori, also of Italian background, stole secret glances at each other while the priest celebrated Mass. In something of a premonition, 1 year later, the couple married and started what would eventually become a family of 5 children, the oldest of whom would become the future Pope Francis. Mario Jose Bergoglio came from a well-to-do family in Piedmont, Italy. His father ran a candy store in Portacomaro in northern Italy. Europe was still trying to heal from World War I, and a devastating economic crisis was about to hit around the world. Toward the end of 1928, the Bergoglios boarded the ship Giulio Cesare, and one hot morning in January 1929, they finally glimpsed the port of Buenos Aires. Jorge Mario's grandfather was hoping to reunite with his 3 brothers who had been running a pavement business in Paraná since 1922. Their beginnings in Argentina could not have been more promising. The recently arrived family settled in the Bergoglio Palace, a luxurious 4-story residence with the only elevator in the city. The immigrant family lived on one of the floors and began working in the family business. The crisis of 1929 was slow to hit the prosperous Argentina, but in 1932, the Bergoglios had to sell the family home. One of the brothers went to Brazil to seek his fortune, another died of cancer, and while Jorge Mario's grandfather tried to stay afloat, his father had to seek work elsewhere. He was finally able to find a job with a new business and worked as an accountant for the company. A Peaceful Life. Jorge Mario Bergoglio did not live through those years of crisis, but a new specter was beginning to emerge on the international scene: Nazism. Bergoglio was born in 1936, when it seemed as if the world was gradually recovering from the Great Depression. Jorge Mario's family was modest and never faced great hardships. His grandmother, of whom he has fond memories, instilled the Piedmontese spirit of the family into his grandson, tying the immigrant child to his Italian roots. His father took all the children to watch him play basketball in the club of San Lorenzo. Both his parents played cards with the 5 children, and his mother cultivated their interest in opera. On Saturday afternoons, they would all listen to public radio, and Regina would float away with the music as her children watched entranced. Jorge Mario's father also cooked. As a result of complications in the delivery of her 5th child, Regina suffered from a degree of paralysis, so Mario Jose had to prepare the food. While his wife gave him instructions on how to cook their delicious Italian meals, the children paid close attention to the recipes, and eventually everyone learned to cook a few dishes. Jorge Mario even became something of a chef when he lived at the Maximo School of San Miguel and cooked every Sunday for the students. Though the Bergoglio family enjoyed a comfortable life without economic hardship, Mario Jose thought it best for his oldest son to learn the value of hard work and sacrifice. When Jorge Mario finished primary school, his father encouraged him to find a job. As Pope Francis recalled, his father said, "Look, since you're about to start high school, you need to start working."